Okay. So we start page 5. And the visualization I will read, and you can then just, we will maybe go until 1:15, yeah, because it's very short, 1:15. Or you think you will be dying of hunger if we go until 1:15. Okay. So you visualize always, you know. On your right side is your father, on your left side is your mother. Your enemies and those sentient beings who make you agitated are in front of you, and your friends and those to whom you are attached are seated behind you. All other universal living beings in human form are surrounding you as far as you can imagine. Then you visualize your object of refuge, the merit field, in the space in front of you. So if you know how the refuge tree looks, then you would visualize the whole thing. If you don't, then you just visualize Shakyamuni Buddha, who is your master, who is your teacher, who is also Vajrasattva, who encompasses all the Buddhas. Whatever works better for you, then that's what you're using. And as you recite the verse below, think that you and all sentient beings are together taking refuge in the 3 jewels. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and in all the 3 vehicles, in the dakinis of secret mantra yoga, and in the heroes and heroines, in the empowering goddesses and the bodhisattvas, but most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and in all the 3 vehicles, in the dakinis of the secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, in the empowering goddesses and the bodhisattvas, but most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. I forever take refuge in Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and in all the 3 vehicles, in the dakinis of secret mantra yoga, in the heroes and heroines, in the empowering goddesses and the bodhisattvas, but most of all, I take refuge in my holy Guru forever. Okay, so the power of regret. First, recall the definition of negative karma: any action that results in suffering, usually an action motivated by ignorance, attachment, or aversion. Like I said, what makes the action positive or negative is your intention, and it's not a conscious intention, it's the mind state at that moment. So almost every action I do 24 hours a day is motivated by worldly concern, attachment to the comfort of this life. And it's not, as I'm saying, it's not conscious, it's totally automatic pilot. And we're shocked when we read this, but it's actually not so wrong. Because we also see everything as really existing separate from our mind. It is like this from birth to death in this life, and has been like that from beginningless rebirth. Nearly every action I have ever created has been non-virtuous, the cause of suffering. Not only that, but continuously I have also been breaking my pratimoksha, bodhisattva and tantric vows. So if you think you don't have vows in this life, but you had definitely vows in past lives, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here. So this is why also we have a sadhana where there is, the Vajrasattva is in union in order to purify the tantric vows that you didn't keep in previous lives, if you don't have them in that life, to also purify those. That's why. Worst of all, I have created the heaviest of negative karma in relation to my virtuous friends, getting angry at them, generating wrong views, having non-devotional thoughts towards them, harming their holy body and disobeying their advice. Now again, we'll talk about this maybe a bit this afternoon, because we can also take it to the extreme. Again, this is an Asian thing. Having these negative imprints on my mental continuum is unbearable. It is as if I have swallowed a lethal poison. I must practice the antidote right away and purify all this negative karma immediately, without a second's delay. So we can think all these negative imprints are not just like drinking something that gives you a headache or having drunk something that gives you a headache, but is also, it's like something that kills you, like poison. So we would definitely regret, this whole thing, wanting to do something about it, wanting to get rid of it. In this way, generate strong feelings of urgencies and regret. So the best urgency comes by thinking, I could be dead in 2 minutes. And I think, making plans for tomorrow, next week, next month, next years. I don't understand death and impermanence. Many people my age or younger have died. It's a miracle that I'm still alive and have this incredible opportunity to purify my negative karma. Death is certain, but its time is most uncertain. If I were to die right now, I would definitely be born in the lower realms. Because I could not practice Dharma there, I would remain in the lower realms for countless eons. Therefore, how unbelievably fortunate I am to be able to purify my negative karma right now without even a second's delay by practicing the Vajrasattva meditation recitation. So this is the second part of the power of dependence. First it was the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, like taking refuge. Now it's generating bodhicitta. As I said, if you don't recognize the words, sometimes it's called power of object or the power of reliance. But I am not practicing this Vajrasattva purification for myself alone. The purpose of my life is to release all hell beings, pretas, animals, humans, asuras, suras, and intermediate state beings from all their suffering and its causes, and lead them to the unsurpassed enlightenment. In order to do this, I must first reach enlightenment myself. Therefore, I must purify all my negative karma immediately by practicing the Vajrasattva meditation recitation. So there should be some kind of joy. Yeah? The cure for having drunk this poison is not easy, but there is a cure. So this kind of feeling we should have. Although we thought until now, there's nothing I can do, I have to endure the suffering. Now we know, if we 100% trust Vajrasattva, if 100% we understand that negative karmic imprints are created by my mind, therefore they can also be dissolved by the mind with the right attitudes. If 100% we trust these four opponent powers and we use them, and then on top of it, bodhicitta, for the sake of all beings, to lead them to enlightenment, on top of it, wisdom, I can purify these negative imprints because they're empty of existing from their own side. I need to understand their nature, not see them as solid, concrete. Something that can be gotten rid of by these four opponent powers. So then we don't even need to say that many mantras. But we need to have the conviction. We need to have the understanding of what is bodhicitta, what is emptiness. How do these two things work together? We need to understand is that if I stay in samsara, there will not be one moment of real, true, pure happiness. It will be contaminated happiness. Based on a thought, I have what I want, now I'm happy. So you visualize the crown of your head, seated upon a lotus and the moon seed. So the lotus symbolizes renunciation, the moon seed bodhicitta. Our Vajrasattva, father and mother, they symbolize wisdom, the three principal aspects of the path. Their bodies are white, but transparent, yeah? They're bodies of light. Each has one face and two arms. He holds a doji and a bell, she a curved knife and a skull cup. Both of it is representing method and wisdom, or compassion and wisdom. The father is adorned with 6 mudras, his 6 perfections, the mother with 5. He sits in the Vajra posture. She is in the lotus posture. That means he has his legs crossed and she has her legs around his lower body, crossed at his back. So they are in union. The union of method and wisdom. The union of bliss and emptiness. The union of appearance and emptiness. So if you have a root guru, then you think Vajrasattva is my root guru, the holy mind of all the Buddhas, the Dharmakaya, who out of his unbearable compassion, which embraces me and all other sentient beings, appears in this form to purify me and all others. So you can mix your guru with Vajrasattva, but keep the form of Vajrasattva, but the inner being of your guru is Vajrasattva. So that's how the guru becomes holy, because as a matter of fact, we give him the status of a fully awakened being. Then he can act like a fully awakened being. So on the moon disk at Vajrasattva's heart stands a hung encircled by a garland of the 100-syllable mantra. A powerful stream of white nectar flows from the hung and the mantra garland, and I am cleansed of all sickness, spirit harm, negative karma, and obscuration. So we will, if you don't know the mantra by heart, of course, then it's like really difficult to visualize and recite the mantra. So you can choose, either you recite the mantra or you visualize. So we will recite the mantra together 3 times, and then we continue silently. So, I mean, it's good to recite the mantra, because if you recite it frequently, it won't take long and you know it by heart. So then you can visualize and recite at the same time. As we recite, we purify the speech. As we visualize, we purify the mind. As we sit properly, like with a straight back, we purify the body.
How many times were you reciting?
So I'm just, you know, we're reciting it 3 times together, and then silently, and then when it's finished, I will then raise my voice again, and then you will hear. So you can go very slow, or you can go fast. It's totally up to you. But, so it's the visualization. But what you need to do also, you need to see that all your negativities are leaving your body through your lower doors. So here the explanation is not very, very detailed. This is why, you know, when you do longer sadhanas, then there's all these details. So you visualize your negativities leaving your body through your lower doors, form of black ink or dirty water, smoke, ashes. You know, if it's body sickness, then in blood, pus, ulcers, other forms, tumors. Yeah. So you visualize like this. Okay. So first we do like this. We do very simple. Don't try to make it too complicated at the beginning. The purifying light, the purifying medicine is coming in, pushing out all the negativities through the lower doors. If you have specific things that you want to purify, then you do. Otherwise, you just think in a very kind of global way. Whatever I've done negative with my body, which is killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, whatever I've done with my speech, lying, slander, harsh words, gossip, whatever I've done with my mind, covetousness, ill will, and wrong views, I deeply regret. I understand it doesn't lead to happiness. May I be able to purify the negative imprint before it comes to ripen, and then all these negativities leave your body through your lower door. If you can include these things, but please in a simple way, especially if you do it the first time. Don't make it too elaborate and too accurate. Yeah? The good stuff out and on your crown in, the bad stuff on your, like on your lower doors out. And you feel that it's, you imagine, you trust that it is leaving your body. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patishta Tidyo me bhava Sutokayo me bhava Supokayo me bhava Anurakto me bhava Savasiddhi me prayacha Sarva karma sucha me Chittashiyam kuruhung ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sarvatata Vajramame muncha vajrabhava mahasamaya sattva om pe. Om Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva deno patishta tidyo me bhava sutokayo me bhava supokayo me bhava anurakto me bhava sarvasini me prayacha sarva karma sucha me Chittashiyam kuruhung ha 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 ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Vajramame Muncha Vajrabhava Mahasama Om Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patishta Tidyo me bhava Sutokayo me bhava Supokayo me bhava Anurakto me bhava Savasiddhi me prayacha sarva karma sucha me Chittashiyam kuruhung ha 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 o Bhagavan Gata Vajramame muncha vajrabhava mahasamaya sattva om Beom Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya Vajrasattva deno patishta tidyo me bhava Sutokayo If you're not used to do this, I know it's very easy to get distracted, so whenever you feel, the same as with shamatha meditation, whenever you feel that you're distracted, just make an effort to bring the mind back. Also, don't expect too much that you can do, reading, reciting, visualization and all this. You can switch from time to time, like you do visualization, then you do reading, recitation, then you go up to Vajrasattva, you think how he looks and all this. And then with time, as you do this repeatedly and, for over quite long time, then all of it goes together. Yeah, it's the same as learning how to, drive a car or write with the computer. Like, you don't need to think anymore. The mind is trained to do everything together. If you try to do too much at the beginning, then you get what is called lung. You get upset, your wind energy is too high, you get all tight and narrow, and then there's no purification going on. The main thing is to let go. The main thing is to use the light to flush out all your negativities, which you see leaving your body through the lower doors. And to trust, like we're not asking Vajrasattva for forgiveness, but we're asking him to help us with his light of love, compassion and wisdom to purify these negative imprints. From our side, we need to have regret. We know it's negative what we did. We need to have trust that it works. And then at the end, a strong determination not to repeat. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Deno Patishta Tidyo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Savasini Me Prayacha Sarva Karma Sucha Me Chitanshiyam Kuruhung Ha Ha O Bhagavan Savatata Gata Vajama Me Mucha Vaja Mahasamaya Sattva Uper. So for you to know what the meaning of the mantra is, means you, like we're saying, you Vajrasattva have generated the holy mind bodhicitta according to your pledge, like the Samaya. Your holy mind is enriched with the simultaneous holy actions of releasing transmigratory beings from samsara, the circling, suffering aggregates. Whatever happens in my life, happiness or suffering, good or bad, with a pleased holy mind, never give up, but please guide me. Please stabilize all happiness, including the happiness of the upper realms, actualize all actions and sublime and common realizations, and please make the glory of the 5 wisdoms abide in my heart. So we're kind of asking for inspiration, for blessings to be able to practice, so that we attain the 5 Buddha bodies and the 5 wisdoms. And so in the next session we do the 3 different ways of kind of going downward, upward, and in the middle, but not now. So then we need to, again, you know, for us the Buddhas, is it something that is present? Is it something that is alive? Is it something that I have always access to? Or if it's something like really exotic that I don't have connection with? Is it just a picture? Is it just an idea? What is it? So you have to see, what is Vajrasattva for me? Is he here? Did he send this light? Or was it just, you know, I'm going, just my mind kind of projecting it? Yes, it is your mind projecting it. But you're projecting something pure. Also Vajrasattva is empty from its own side. But empty doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. He doesn't exist as a God inherently, independently from the mind. But if you visualize Vajrasattva, he's there. That Vajrasattva who has purified his mind to its fullest awakening. And Buddhas have power. They're not omnipotent, but they have skillful means. So are we giving Vajrasattva this kind of skillful means? To believe when it says here, from the crown of my head, Guru Vajrasattva says, child of the lineage or race, your negativities, obscurations, and broken and damaged pledges have been completely purified. So we need to generate faith. And then if there is no faith, then ask yourself, why not? What can I lose if I believe it? What's the harm if I believe that I have purified the negative karma? You see, this method takes so long because we don't trust. We don't have faith that the mind can cure itself. And that's why we need an outside Vajrasattva in order to wake up our inner Vajrasattva. Okay, so then what makes the purification complete is that we make promises, the power of determination, which cuts the habits. By going, the things that I can easily abstain from, I promise to abstain from them for the rest of my life. But be realistic. Only the things that come easy. Then other things that are more difficult, you say, I will abstain from them for, I don't know, 10 minutes, 1 hour, today, the whole weekend. So you choose. Don't go too far, but also don't be too little. Don't be too cautious. Kind of push your comfort zone a bit. Expand it. So before Guru Vajrasattva, I vow never again, it's like, as I'm saying, this is not realistic, to commit those negative actions from which I can, it says, never again to commit those negative actions from which I can easily abstain, and not to commit for a day, an hour, or at least a few seconds, those negative actions from which I find it difficult to abstain. Sorry, I didn't read it. So, because I only read the first sentence where it says never again, so I thought, this is not realistic, but this is the right way to do this. And this determination helps us to cut negative habits. And now a very important thing also is the absorption. Because we use as I said, the outer Vajrasattva to wake up our inner Vajrasattva. So if you have Vajrasattva initiation, of course, after the absorption, dissolving everything into emptiness, you can arise in the form of Vajrasattva. If you don't have the initiation, so if you don't know what initiation means you don't have it. It's as simple as that. If you don't have initiation, you just think that the goodness and the qualities and the strength, the courage, the wisdom, the compassion, the love of Vajrasattva dissolves just into your heart. And then there maybe melts with our own goodness or something like that. So Guru Vajrasattva is extremely pleased with your pledge. So again, see your Guru as being pleased with what you're doing. The Buddha's mind is all pervading. They know exactly what's going on every second. Then Vajrasattva, Father and Mother, melt into light and dissolve into you. Your body, speech and mind become inseparably one with Guru Vajrasattva's holy body, holy speech and holy mind. So big part of tantric practice is to dissolve ordinary appearance. So you think everything that usually I believe is true and what appears, who am I, what others are, all of this totally dissolves into emptiness, into totally spacious, boundless, luminous space. Like, you know, on a screen in the movie, in the cinema, like the pictures fading out. All that remains is the canvas, is the screen, sorry. Nothing appears. And if thoughts come up, you go just projection. Just thoughts, because it's really just thoughts. If you have a body feeling, you go just projection. If there's an emotion, you go just projection. Just like a dream. Something happening, yes, but not true. Something appearing, yes, but not true. And if you can stay in that space, that would be great. And you think, in emptiness there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created that exists by itself. In emptiness, everything is just like luminous space. No duality of subject and object. With this awareness of, you know, nothing existing from its own side, everything just a dependent arising, we do the dedication. This we can do together. Same as the motivation at the beginning, the dedication is very important also. Due to all these merits of the 3 times collected, by, it's on page 9, yeah? Due to all these merits of the 3 times collected by all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, myself and all other sentient beings, which appear to be real from their own side, but which are empty, may I, who appears to be real from is empty, achieve Guru Vajrasattva's enlightenment, which appears to be real but is empty, and lead all sentient beings who appear to be real but are totally empty to that enlightenment which appears to be real but is empty, by myself alone, who appears to be real but is also totally empty, non-existent from my own side. May the precious bodhicitta, the source of all happiness and success for myself and all other sentient beings, be generated within my own mind and in the minds of all sentient beings without even a second's delay, and may that which has been generated be increased. May I and all other sentient beings have Lama Tsongkhapa, or if you belong to another tradition school, that's fine also, like you want Guru Rinpoche or whatever, as our direct Guru in all our lifetimes, never be separated from even a second from the pure path that is greatly praised by the conquered Buddhas, and actualize the complete path, the 3 principal paths, the 2 stages of highest Yoga Tantra, which is completion, like a generation and completion stage, the root of which is Guru devotion with our minds as quickly as possible. Just as the brave Manjushri and Samantabhadra realize things as they are, I dedicate all these virtues in the best way that I may follow after them. Whatever dedication the 3-time victorious ones gone to bliss have admired as best, in the same way, I also perfectly dedicate all these roots of virtue so that I might perform good works. Okay, great. So again, before we go to eat, we become aware I have not done much to, even if you cooked it, but you definitely didn't grow your food. Yeah, even if you baked your bread, then the flour that comes from breaking bread is definitely not, well, definitely. I assume you have not grown it. So anyway, we think so many beings come about so that I can eat and survive, like feed this body. Yeah. So we say thank you. We say thank you to Mother Earth that she still functions more or less, that she hasn't given up on us yet, not too many disasters. You know, if she would be a human being, wow, she would have killed us long ago. Because we just take and take and take and take. We hardly ever say thank you and really take good care of her. Yeah, we even throw these horrible things on the floor. But she totally equanimous. You throw gold on the floor, she will bear it. You throw plastic on the floor, she will bear it. Yeah, she's totally equanimous. Does whatever she can to continue to feed us. So the elements, yeah, all other sentient beings, down to the smallest insects. So many beings involved so that we can eat. Yeah, amazing. So then we think, on behalf of all, in their name, I'm offering this food to all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, especially Vajrasattva in this case. Yeah, I'm offering it on behalf of all hell beings, all hungry ghosts, all animals, all humans, all asuras and hungry, asuras and asuras and suras, all bardo beings, and all the beings in the form and formless realms. Right? They all get the merit from offering this food. And I visualize the food on a very beautiful plate or vessel. Offer it as nectar to Guru Vajrasattva. He receives it, is very happy, and sends back rays of light that inspire us, that support us, and so that we can continue with the practice. Tenpa Lame Sangye Rinpoche, Kyopa Lame Damche Rinpoche, Tenpa Lame Gedin Rinpoche, Kyat Nekencho Sumla Bar Bul. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. And then please enjoy your food, because if you don't enjoy it, then all the effort that has been made to produce it is wasted. So at least, for their sake, the ones who grew it, please enjoy it and don't throw it. Thank you. And we meet again in a bit more than an hour, to an hour and 4 minutes. Is that okay? 1 hour lunch break is enough? At 2:30. 2:30, okay? Okay. And then we do 2 more sadhanas. Like as I said, we do these different visualizations. And then if you have questions, then of course you can ask. You know, you can stop me and say, oh, what's this? Okay? Because otherwise I keep explaining things that you already know, and then there's a waste of time.